All right, guys, we are getting started here. So today we're going to geek out a little bit. I'm just getting all of my live streams set. So just give me 1 minute to get totally set. There we go. And then I want to make sure we're taking care of Instagram here. Hold on one sec, guys. I have a lot of windows open. Okay, I think we're good. There we go. Okay. So we all have a lot on our plates, right? Like, can we all agree on that? Yes, we can all agree on that. And from time to time, I feel like I don't even know what paper to look at. I don't even know. Sometimes I feel like I have to rob Peter to pay Paul to get all of the things done. And I'm constantly coming up with new ways to organize myself. I remember when I decided to go staffless and to start my practice in a new way. I I had a mentor that I was working with, and I spent like an hour with her just asking her how she organizes her task list. That was the biggest thing for me is if I don't have a staff of 8 people, 9 people helping me run my practice, how do I make sure I'm not dropping any of the balls? And since then, it's been about 5 years. A lot of this stuff has become automated. It's become the thing that this happens the first week of the month, this happens the second week of the month, but not everything can be that way. Not everything can be automated. And the biggest problem with automation is that we forget about it. And there have been times in the past where maybe I forgot about a text that it happens today. And I'm sure that if you're watching this on social, this has happened to you. I forgot about a text that goes out to a new practice member automatically. And then I sent a text manually because I forgot about the automatic one and they end up getting 2 texts. Is it a big deal? Not really, but it's still a thing. And I'm a deep believer of how you do anything is how you do everything. So I want to make sure, like, when I have that little window to create a first impression with my practice members, I want to nail it. I want them to know that I'm not going to cut any corners when it comes to the admin of the practice. I'm also not going to cut any corners with their care. So I get overwhelmed at least 10 times a day, but I have tools in place. I've implemented tools so deeply into my regular routine because I have to in order to in order to serve at the capacity that I'm serving at. I don't mean to sound that as um, egotistical or putting myself on a pedestal in any way, shape, or form. I'm saying that as somebody who learns differently, who moves through the world differently, and who constantly has 20 plates spinning. People say to me all the time, how do you get so much done in such a short amount of time? And I always have a couple of answers. One is I have really good systems that I can lean on, and I built one system at a time. So we were just on a call with one of our clients, and I heard these words come out of my mouth, and I'm like, wait, I have to write that down. That's a new system that was just born. So every day these systems are being born. And not only from me and my brain and my experience on the planet, but also from my mentors. And I love being, there was a conversation in the women chiropractic group about how much money do you spend on coaching. And at the time this is being recorded, I'm at about $3,000 a month that I spend on coaching without blinking. And the amount I get back is probably somewhere upwards in value of around $10,000 a month. If it was just my practice, my budget would probably be somewhere between $1,500 and $2,000 a month just for my practice. To have somebody who is out there pounding pavement, shaking hands and kissing babies and making the world go round and round with care and loving it and joyful. Yeah, show me what you're doing. Teach me how to do the thing that I want more than anything. If you can teach me that, I'm going to give you this in exchange. So what I'm going to give you today is a few of my tools to make the world go round and round when it comes to avoiding overwhelm, which is something that we all run into. Some of you who are listening to this are tech people and you want everything to be on this guy. And some of you who are listening to this want paper. And I get that. There's like a very clear divide. And usually, I'm saying usually with a strong bold and italics. If you're under 45, you want it on a screen. If you're over 46, you probably want paper. And if you're somewhere in the middle, you're probably somewhere in the middle. I have both because I'm 52 and I need my paper. I need my book, right? I need all of these tools sitting on my desk, but I also need the tech stack that I'm about to share with you. Okay, I want to share a couple of physical things with you that have really made a difference for me. I love my yellow legal pads. I buy them in packs of 12 at Staples. I love the way, I know it's a thing, but I love the way that the paper feels. I love writing on them. What I do is I'll be in a meeting and I'll write the name of the person I'm in the meeting with at the top and the date. And then I have file folders that sit right here next to me. And every time I have a meeting, I'll take the paper and the date and I'll put it in the appropriate file folder. These are my paper notes. If I had to do this on a screen when I was in an important meeting, I would go into a place of overwhelm. If that's not relevant to you and your brain and the way that you move through the world, then just bypass it, disregard it, right? For me, there's always a yellow legal pad wherever I am. I have one in my car. I have one in my bedroom. If I have ideas at 3 o'clock in the morning, I write it down. I have one in my office, my chiropractic office. I have one in my kitchen. I have one in at my desk. And the reason that works for me is because I can take, this is a meeting that I had with Sean today, right? This is the list that I have for Sean. And I can take that list, and when I'm done with it, I check it off and I can put it in the file folder that it needs to be in. For some reason, if this goes into what I'm about to share with you, it gets lost. And I don't stay connected to it, probably because I don't get the tactile stimulation in writing it in the paper and all those things. Okay, so that's one thing. And then the next thing I want to show you is my book. So there's nothing I love more than you guys. This is like I'm going there, right? There's nothing I love more than walking down the lanes of Staples or any office supply store and looking at the date books that they have. I've even created a date book for practitioners. It's called the Joy-Filled Practice Playbook, but I always go back to this, and here's why. So this is it's a real basic day to day, and it's got one page per day. And when I always have this page open sitting on my desk when I'm in meetings for like really fast thoughts, right? This is for the specific meeting. This is for like a, by the way, take trash out, get car oil changed, like the things that I can't get out of my brain fast enough. And I'll just write 1 or 2 words down, and then I'll come back to it on Fridays. I'm about to show you my weekly checklist. I'll come back to it and say, okay, did I get all of the things checked off? It's kind of like the Franklin Covey system where you have a list of things to do and you check it as you go or you move it to the next day. So that's that. The next thing I want to share with you is I have a paper calendar. And you guys, whatever in this, you have to remember, I'm running a private practice. I'm running a marketing agency. We have a lot of clients. We're really busy. I have a huge team. So the way that I have to do all of this is to have these tools. So my paper calendar is a quick glance. So if I'm on, let's say we're looking at February of 2026. If I'm on a call with a potential partner, or let's bring this to practice. Say I'm on a call with the owner of the health food store in town, and the purpose of the call is for me to create a warm handshake and to get to know them, to establish that relationship as a partner. And I say, well, why don't we go get a cup of coffee, right? Let's just have a heart-to-heart chat. Let's go for a walk. Let's go get lunch, whatever it might be. I don't want that person having to wait while I look at my calendar and go through all of the things. This gives me a quick glance. There's no pages that I have to flip through. Very quick glance. And at the pace I'm going, I need the quick glance. And I love this because the boxes are big enough to write in, and I can take it with a thumb tap and just kind of, I hang it here on my desk and it's always here. So if you're ever on a call with me and I'm looking over here, I'm looking at my monthly calendar. So I have one more thing that I keep on paper, and I'm going to share that with you in a minute, but it's going to hurt your brain. So I want to give it an introduction. Um, Last night I was sitting reviewing my week, and um, the first thing that I do is I print out what I'm about to share with you. And I then I'll go and I'll look at all of my calendar appointments that are made online. And then I'll look at my calendar here that's hanging. And I make sure that everything looks like it's set. If I don't do this, um, I'm not set for success for the week. I'm fragmented. My sale is just halfway up, right? And I'm not getting nearly as much done as I feel I'm not fulfilling on my purpose. If I can take 20 minutes on a Sunday evening and set myself up for success, what I'm learning more and more is if I can take Saturday and Sunday and just rest my brain and just go play, have bike rides, go to the movies, go out for dinner, chill, whatever it might be, my brain gets a break. And then on Sunday evening, I can come and sit at my desk for, it takes 20 minutes to prep for my week. And I'm good to go. Monday morning, I'm ready to rock. I'm like, let's go. I got all my notes set. I got all the things that I need to have ready in place. That's a gift that I give to myself. If you follow, if you're one of our clients and you follow our marketing system, we've got habits and celebrations. That would be an inside habit. I sit at my desk regularly and get ready for my week on Sunday evenings. And then, of course, if you can't do that on Sunday evening, then just move it to the morning or move it to Saturday evening, wherever you have that window when nobody's pulling at you, when it's quiet. Um, then what I do is I make sure that this list is still relevant to what I want to create in the world. So this is what my list looks like, right? Your list is going to look a lot different than my list. This is my list as a marketing agency owner and a practitioner. And the written pieces on my, it's Monday through Friday. And then there's first of the month, and the list I'm going to share with you guys have third of the month as well. And it's all of the things that I need to get done for my wheel to continue to spin. So it's things like plan my workouts, plan my nutrition, spend every day I spend an hour. I call it grow time. And it's the time, you guys know it as diamond time if you've done the time structure exercise. It's the time where my the building I'm sitting in could be burning down around me and I don't notice because I'm so focused on what I'm doing. I have that hour every day. And during my grow time, that's when I am connecting with people who have raised their hand with interest in what we're doing. That's when I will reach out to new practice members to make sure that they're good and they're solid and they're happy. That might be when I do a review request. That might be when anything that keeps the wheel spinning for growth for my practice, that's what I do during my grow time. So I have that on here to remind me, Jody, you gotta have your grow time. Some people might have it on a calendar that they look at on Google. Some people might have it on a task list. I need it on a piece of paper. I write things down if I'm like, you know what, from now on, I don't want to do this on Mondays. I want to do it on Tuesdays instead. One of my things on Fridays is to update this list and then print the next one for the new week. And that's what I have written down on that sheet. Okay, so far so good. So I'm going to go ahead and share some things with you as well. If you're in my Zoom, you're one of my clients, I'm going to give you the share link for the things I'm about to show you. So this is a fresh weekly to-do list. It doesn't have anything written on it. The idea is you would say on Mondays, you know, you can do a list for your front desk staff if you have one. You can do a list for the maintenance of the office. You can do a personal list. You can do a family list, whatever you need. That's how you're going to use this. So Monday an example would be water the plants, right? And then I can repeat this, on Fridays, whatever. And then I'm going to print this out because I love paper. You might not need the paper, but I do. And I love the idea of you sharing this with your staff team, and every person on the team has their own checklist. And instead of micromanaging Barb, who answers the phone at the office and checks patients in and does the billing, she has a list, and she just shows you that her list is complete and checked off at the end of the week. Then you're not like, did you do the thing? Did you do the thing? Right? Then there's a system in place. And I'm always saying to you guys, it's either a system problem or a person problem. If you don't have a way for Barb to show up and be accountable to be excellent at her job, that's a system problem. It's not a person problem, right? Put a system in front of Barb with a checklist that makes sense to her brain. This checklist might not be the solution. The solution for Barb might be something like a Trello board where she's got a Monday list, right? Tuesday list, and so on and so forth. And then on Mondays, it can be water the plants. And then on the back of this card, you can say, here's how some people need it, you guys, right? Here's how we water the plants. We do all of these things and blah, 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 blah. And this list can then become the SOP board for the practice. So this is Trello. I love the app of Trello. One of the things I love most about this is you can personalize it and put something that inspires Barb if this is her list. And then say Barb is like, I don't really want to do watering the plants on Monday. I'd rather do it on Tuesday. She can very easily move it over. You can create systems where you can turn this you can turn it green, you can add a check mark next to it when it's done. However you want to set this up is cool. When a client is new with us, one of the things on their order form is they can have us create these boards for them. No problem. You just have to tell us what all of the things are. Give us the SOPs that you already have. Many of the times, if you're giving us your SOPs, they're on 100 pieces of paper that look like this. And sometimes it looks like the office manager or one of your high school kids who comes in after school a couple of times a week, taking pictures of all of those papers, sending it to my team, and my team there's actually a really cool app where you can take a picture of the piece of paper and it'll type it out. AI can do anything now. So that's Trello. That's how we use Trello. I also want to show you, here's a freebie for you guys. If you're watching this on social media, go staffless.com/to-do. This is our to-do list solution. So the idea is that this is like a 30-minute exercise, maybe 40. You take a blank piece of paper. I don't suggest doing this on a yellow legal pad. I suggest this is like literally a blank white piece of paper. And put some beautiful music on that chills you out, put some lavender oil on, like whatever you got to do. Grab a cup of something lovely and write every single thing that is on your mind. Everything. Even if it doesn't make sense and you're like, I need toilet paper or my foot itches or whatever comes to your mind, write it down, write it down, write it down, write it down, write it down. And then what you do is you do that for a half an hour. You set a timer. And you keep asking yourself, what have I been thinking about? What have I been trying to create? What keeps coming up? What have I been wondering about? Whatever it might be. Write it down, write it down, write it down. That's for 30 minutes. And then you put the pen down. This has to be pen to paper. This cannot be typed. And you put the pen down, you walk away for an hour, go do something, go for a bike ride, go take a walk, whatever, go do laundry. Come back to it and write 10 more things. Put the pen down, walk away, come back the next day, write 10 more things. And then you've got a solid list. And then what you want to do is you want to, with fresh eyes, so this is probably going to be the next day, you want to cross off all of the things that you're like, you know what, I'm going to make an agreement with myself right now that I'm going to stop thinking about this thing because it's just renting space in my head. And then the next thing you want to do is you want to circle all the things that really need your attention. And then maybe you want to underline all of the things that don't need your attention. They either need a system or they need to be delegated to a person. Now you have a really healthy to-do list. And then you can go back and you can prioritize it by date. You can say, I want to do this week, this that week, da 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 da. You get the point. If I did something like that, I would then go to my date book and I would say, okay, I just made an agreement with myself that I'm going to try to find new pants for the conference on the first Sunday of December. And then I would put that in my date book. Or if you're a computer person, you can put that as a reminder in Google or whatever the thing is. Cool. So that's the to-do list solution. You can tell that this has been a challenge for me because I have so many solutions for it. And sometimes I'll be like, I forgot that I even had that solution, but oh my gosh, isn't that cool? If you are one of our clients, this should look familiar. So this is a program called Monday.com. I love Monday.com if you have a program that you offer your community or a team that has to look at a task list over and over again. And the idea is this is a board that all of our new clients get, and it has all of the things that we do with our clients on it. And it looks overwhelming right now, but when you get to know the board, it really becomes your best friend through our program because there are a lot of moving pieces. You can organize the sections, you can organize the columns, you can color code it, you can add as many choices as you want. I think the one that I love most, this is our original content board. This is all of the content inside of Staffless Practice Academy. We've got course after course after course after course. And Monday.com, like these are all different links to all of the lessons. This is a way to keep organized the things that you've already done and the things that you have coming up. You could add a column here for date and you could do a timeline for yourself. You can integrate Monday.com with Google, with whatever, you guys, it goes on and on. You can set yourself up to get Slack notifications. Again, it goes on and on. You just have to find the system that works for you. If you're like, I have no flipping idea what system works for me, this is the kind of thing when you get to on your compass board, if you're in our program, when you get to your build pillar, right? One of the things that we do all of these things for our clients, but one of the things that we do is we'll create an SOP program for your practice. And I think it's actually in the beginning. Here it is, practice SOP program. And we'll have a meeting and say what works best for your team, what works best for your brain. Is it a Trello board? Is it a Google spreadsheet? Is it a Monday.com board? And so on and so forth. Okay. Before I show you the task list process that I use in the practice suite, I want to give it an introduction. So many of you have already seen this. This is our website. Before the scroll happens, there are a couple of places to click to engage new leads, to start a conversation. If I click here, they're invited to a 15-minute telehealth with me to make sure that I'm their chiropractor before they come to my office, to warm them up, to make it so that by the time they get to my office, they already feel like they know me, right? So all of this is automated, all of it, so that the only thing I need to do with new practice members is show up in my Zoom once a week, twice a week for an hour, and do meet and greets with my potential practice members. Most of the people who get to this meeting are perfect for my practice. Some of them are not, and I'll refer them to one of my partners in the community. So if I want to keep this organized and have a healthy task list for it, now I'm in a practice suite. And the practice suite has conversations, calendars, contacts, and step boards is one of the things that I want to go over today. This is called what I just showed you guys. This is our new client system. And this is the checklist for the new client system. Let's say Bob Knoxville books an appointment here, right? The appointment is for meeting with me for 15 minutes. Bob Knoxville is then going to have a card. This is very similar to the Trello board that I just showed you. He's going to have a card that shows up right here. And as soon as Bob comes in, I'm going to move his card, or one of my staff members is going to move his card from position one to position two, and a series of things are going to happen. If I move Bob's card from position one to position two, he's going to get an email and he's going to get a text. If I move Bob's card from position two to position three, he's going to get a voicemail, he's going to get an email, and he's going to get an entrance to an online course that we have, whatever the case may be. We can also do it backwards, where when Bob gets the email, his card moves to position two. When Bob gets the text, or when Bob fills a thing out, the card automatically moves to position three. However, it works best for you to set up this to-do list, that's how we set it up. Okay. I think that that's everything I wanted to show you for tasking. And then we have a ton of templates for you guys. These are for our clients, where we have a team board template. I know one of our clients, we were talking about really, or helping to organize their team. The irony is that yes, I am the Staffless Practice queen, but yes, I had to learn how to run a team. And when I learn something, it's usually because my back is up against the wall and I have to learn it in order to survive to the next step and thrive with it. And if I learn it, the best way for me to really go from learning to knowing is to teach it. So I'll create a system for it and I'll teach it to you guys. So one of the things that people hire me for these days is to take their team and help them discover systems for moving the practice forward. It's ironic, I get it, but I'm also really good at it, right? So we have all of these systems that are evergreen, that are recorded, but also systems where I can very easily give you the link to this and the class for this to teach you how to use Monday.com for your practice, for marketing, for team checklists, for like Monday through Friday, what are they responsible for doing? The way that this works is, let's say Barb is sitting at your desk and she's doing all the things to run your practice and she's a boss, she's killing it, right? It's so much easier for Barb to have a list to look at and check it off. And then on Friday say, hey, Doc, look, I got all the things done. Instead of her saying, you know, I said this in the beginning, did you do the thing? Did you do the thing? Did you do? And then you get into this resentment-based exchange with Barb. If Barb is truly going to be in her seat on the bus, crushing it for your practice and for your practice members and for your community and for their families, we have to give Barb the space that she needs to crush it. And this is a way that I've learned, using a Monday board or a paper checklist, whatever works best for Barb. You guys have to understand what works best for your brain doesn't necessarily work best for Barb. And that's a really important piece of the puzzle to understand when it comes to hiring a team. I learned that the hard way, and I will say that until I'm blue in the face. Like, I really learned that the hard way. Okay, so that's that team projects board. We have a board for that too. My point is that I want you to find what works best for you, for your practice, for your marketing, for your community, for your practice suite, wherever you're doing the thing and making the world go round and round, you find the to-do list solution that works for you. Okay, if you're with me in Zoom, hang tight, stay there. If you're watching us on social media, go make the world better with great care, and thanks for listening today. Just give me a minute, guys. I'm just shutting all of this down. There we go. Okay. Okay, my Zoomers. Was that helpful? That was fun. Norma, Lisa, Tori, Sharita. Helpful?
Yes.
Good. What did you learn?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. You guys, the bottom line is that you have to make it work for you. My favorite of all of the systems that I just showed you, honestly, is the Trello board. I love it. It's so simple, it's so clean, it's so easy. However, it doesn't work for everybody. And it's not the kind of thing that my team, me and Lori, if you've gotten to know Lori, we love Trello boards, but nobody else on the team does. So we stick with Monday.com. Trello can get really complicated, like if you geek out on it, but it's the most visually stimulating. So when you get to the SOP section of your program, we'll go through, I'll show you all of the things, and you get to pick the one that works best for you, and that's where we'll create it. Some people are like, Jody, I'm good with Google. Like, just give me a spreadsheet and we're good to go. Some people just want the paper. Whatever works best for you is cool with us. Any questions for me before we jump off? Okay, guys, I'm loving you from here. Go make the world better with great care, and we'll talk to you next week.